8 years, Dagmar spat. For 8 long years we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for these Greenlander cravens to leave the safety of those bloody walls. He raised his voice and held his axe high for the men to see, pointing it menacingly at the advancing horde of red and green banners in the valley that stood before him. Let them come, he thought. He had the advantage in defense and would happily keep it. There are those among you who have doubted, who have forgotten. But it has always been our duty to remember. In peace, we remained vigilant. In war, we have gained victory. In death, we shall rise again, harder and stronger. Dagmar swung his axe, testing the balance. It had not tasted the blood of his enemies in far too long. But today that would change. Today this valley would run crimson with Lannister and Tyrell blood. The cravens flee now that winter is coming from the east. Away from the wolf and into the Kraken's maw, they never stood a chance. No mercy was shown. The iron price paid in full. Alright guys, after the defeat that Tyrell suffered at Stony Sept, he sort of zerged over towards Golden Tooth to try and stop me. So yeah, we lifted the siege on this fort here. We're now laying siege to the remainder of his armies inside the Golden Tooth, while Stark attacks from the east and takes out that. So, with the Golden Tooth and that frontier sort of dealt with, we can then focus all of our forces back down the Castle Rock in the south, and focus on the Reach. And Vixen still, we're still holding over here. It's essentially just waiting for Tyrell to attack. They probably will lay siege here in a few turns. Pretty soon, really. He's suffered a major defeat. I mean, after the crushing defeat at Stony Sept, and then another crushing defeat just now at Golden Tooth, any attack he launches on here is probably going to be yet another defeat for him. We can be fairly confident of that outcome. But we'll go next turn, see what happens. The field overflows with the blood of the Greenland's finest. Euron can be heard screaming, wielding dual axes and cutting down knight after knight after knight, as he lived up to his nickname of the Mad, and then some, by cutting down waves of enemies that fell before the Mad Crow, piles of bodies gathering around him like so many cut blades of grass. More blood! For the Blood God! Euron screamed, to the confusion of the Ironborn and the terror of his enemies. Yes! He cried, his eye twitching as he laughed maniacally. Blood for the Blood God! The Mad Crow kept swinging his axes wildly. Blood for the Blood God! Blood for the Blood God! You're seeing this too, right? Theon asked one of his captains, standing wide-eyed, looking at the carnage his uncle was unleashing, and the gibberish he was screaming. The captain, a bastard of some lord or another, stood speechless beside his prince. Euron was still cutting a wave for the enemy as he taunted them. Split them open! Euron screamed at a pack of fleeing foes. A wave of his men, whom had seemingly been untouched by the fighting, charged forward, chanting more incoherent curses. Maim, kill, burn! The wave of death chanted, running down the fleeing enemies and cutting them down with inhuman efficiency. Prince Theon shook himself out of his daze, thanking all the gods that Euron was on his side. This was no battle, it was a slaughter. For the first time in his life, Theon Greyjoy truly felt afraid. And yet another victory. Hell of a victory this time. It's probably one of the biggest battles we've ever actually fought in a frickin' game, to be honest. But yeah, Pike is laying siege to this fort, which will kill me, Baelor Hightower. And Theon's got this fort, which will kill me, Oakar, Rowan, and Redwayne. And, to tip it off, Balon is laying siege to Mace Tyrell. So the Lord of Highgarden will be dead as well. So, yeah, that's one hell of a victory. I've moved up the Iron Fleet in its full power, which is fucking awesome. Our next target will be the Shield Islands, in theory. But we've got all the time in the world. I'm going to wait for Dagmar, wait for Good Brother, and then I can move Thick down as well. The Riverlands are now completely secured. Stark's sort of gathering up around here. Yeah, I literally only have one front to worry about now, and that's I can focus all of my forces on the Reach and just royally fuck them up. But yeah, good times, good times. Victory is mine. That was a hell of a battle. I've been waiting for that for so fucking long. But there you go. That's the thing about playing defensively. It's the safer play because, you know, right now, I mean, we won the battle at Stony Sept by waiting for the enemy to come to us. Same deal with Golden Tooth, predicted that way ahead of time. And same deal with Craycall as well, had all my troops in position waiting for him to do it. And that paid off as well. So, yeah, excellent. Fucking excellent. Alright, lads, it occurs to me, we do actually have more than one front here. We have the southern front, which I've just sort of pulled back to these forts. Again, if he attacks me, it was a pretty much guaranteed victory if he attacked Great Hall before. It's now a completely 100% guaranteed victory. After I just wiped out a bunch of his forces, if he attacks there now, he's fucked. So, you know. I'm still in massive debt. I am going out slowly, but, you know. These guys, it's like, the thing is, I need to take Silverhill. And if I show you, yeah, see, he's still got a bunch of troops around here. Thing is, like I said before, I do believe, although I will refresh your memory. I can't show you with this. I can show you with her, though. It's got only 2 points that they can lay siege, either way. So only 2 armies can lay siege to that. So all I need is 2 armies to be in range of it, which they are easily with the Ruined Keep, Good Brother and Dagmer's forces. But yeah, that's that. I do have Stark pushing down around here. You can see him in his forts and everything. So he is going to go there. Essentially, Adam Marbrand and Loras Tyrell are either going to have to make a choice. They're going to have to try and push west into that, or stay and defend. But if they stay and defend, they're cut off from the reach. We can just sort of leave them there, and that's 2 less armies defending it. So what you'll most likely do is flee south, abandon Silverhill and Hornvale, and just go down to the reach and defend Amanda. It's a lost game at this point. It's for a Tyrell. It's essentially GG. Because while we're doing all of this, Stannis is taking all of the frickin' Stormlands and going to eventually attack as well. So yeah, it won't be long until we've won. I feel. I think it's after the victory at Great Hall, the victory at Stony Step, the victory at Golden Tooth. It's now only a matter of time before complete and utter victory is ours. Unless we fuck up royally, which hopefully won't happen. Well, I say I fuck up royally. The rest of the idiots fuck up royally. Alright guys, I sent some more forces down towards Great Hall with just 3 full stacks here now. Bringing the best guys to the front. I've sent in a bunch of utterly shit... Why can't I select them? Where the fuck? It's bloody odd, that. There we go. Yeah, I sent a bunch of utterly shit troops over to Shield Isle just to see what he sends to stop me. It's just sort of a bait. I want to see essentially him defeat, if he can defeat the army. But essentially, either 1 or 2 things are going to happen. He's going to defeat the army, or it's going to be taken by me. If it's taken by me, great. I can move my ship down, use that port as to push him back further. I can also sail up the Manda once the Shield Islands are mine. I need that friendly port to sail up and be safe, because I know he has a large fleet of his own. Which I don't want to risk sailing into the open to fight, because if he attacks my fleet, who knows what could happen. He could get a victory and royally damage me. But yeah. So either it's going to work, or more likely it's going to be defeated. And if it's defeated, he has to post pictures, which means I can then see the armies that he sent and get a general gist of what kind of defenses I'm looking at around the area. Like, for example, if he has troops hidden in these trees here and sends stuff over, I'll know generally where they're from. Because I've scouted and there's not anything around here that can kind of get to me. Within limit. I mean, he's got all of this forward off. And some Lannister armies around here. Lannister can't obviously go across because he doesn't have any ships. But yeah, this army laying siege to Shield Island is probably going to die, but at least I'll get some information out of it. Yeah, there's not much else going on up here. I'm just keeping some forces in range of this. If you read the message from Stark, Lannister is moving south. So in the next turn, what I'll do is move these 4 over here, block that off, and
yeah, very well.
Yeah, block that off, and then take Hornvale, and then take Silverhill as well. And yeah, things are looking good. We'll see what the outcome is for the Shield Islands, but that is our next sort of major target. We need to take that, and then from the Shield Islands, we can stage our invasion into the Reach up the Manda, and we can go around and take out the Old Town and the Arbor and everything. But primarily, it just gives us the ability to sit in that port and attack anything that comes into the range, because your ships are safe in ports. I don't want them in the open, and that's why my fleet's sort of camped in here right now. But anyway, we'll go next turn. I will show you, because I'm not sure if I have showed you already. I do have my son Graydon and another son, Hilar Greyjoy, as well, from Sansa. So Theon has 2 sons now. Yay! Alright, moving on.